Well, hey everybody, welcome to Thursday Night Live. And as you can see, I'm in a new location. I'm actually on my deck, and so I have to warn you, you're going to hear maybe people talking, next door neighbors. You're going to hear birds, and we had a chipmunk behind here in the tree just a few minutes ago chirping away. So enjoy the context and the environment. And let me tell you how I decided to come out and do the deck deal. I've been working all day and preparing and studying and working through our weekend talks, obviously. And then I had to go to Northridge Plymouth campus for a short time, and this most of the afternoon actually, until about an hour before this. And I finally came outside, and it was like, this is one of those few perfect days in Michigan. Seriously, it's been warm, but it's been hot, or it's been humid, or it's been stormy. This is a perfect day in Michigan. And you who live here, if you're watching from somewhere else, you might not understand this, but you who live here know, what do we get? 3, 5 of these a year. So it's like, I haven't been outside all day. I want to be outside. And it also made me aware of a reality. Many of you, and I'm speaking to people who can't hear me right now, many of you aren't even with me right now because you're out enjoying this day. And I get it. And I have to tell you, in fact, if I wasn't doing this, I might be out enjoying this day, connecting with my kids or grandkids and something like that. But for those of you who are joining right now, thank you so much. Whether you're on Facebook Live, on my page, or the church's page, or YouTube Live, I can't tell you how grateful I am that you care enough about connecting to be here. And I don't know what you said no to be here, but it means a great deal. But let me tell you what's in my head. In my head, this needs to be a little shorter, a little bit more truncated than normal, because I need to let you enjoy this evening, and Roxanne and I are going to enjoy it as well. So, but thanks for being here, Thursday Night Live. Talking about Northridge just for a second. In fact, let me lay out what I'm going to do. Just going to share with you a couple of things going on at Northridge I want you to be aware of, and encourage you in those lines. And then bottom line, I'm going to share a devotional thought that's kind of reverberating in my heart right now, and then we'll be out of here, okay? But about Northridge, really excited. Once again, you put me in awe. We wanted to go as a church family to show the love of Jesus to the people in Midland who've experienced such devastation. And I'm serious, it's a big deal. I had a conversation this week, actually, with a couple from Midland, and the stories are just nuts, what's going on. And I've heard a lot from our teams that are going up there. But can I just express my pride in all of you who are joining with us and partnering with us to go up to Midland and to help people. That last Saturday we had 100 of you go to really, and it's not easy work, to really work at helping people to start to recover. And this coming Saturday, it's not getting less, it's getting more. 150 from the Northridge family are going. So to those of you who have gone or are going, I'm so proud of you. I want to celebrate you. Thanks for representing the Northridge and being on mission. And more than anything, man, tell those people we care and that we're praying for them and we love them as well. And so we have lots going on that way. I just got a note that Emily Oz is watching from her hammock with her 4-year-old, and thanks, Emily. I absolutely love that. Maybe next time I'll do my thing from a swinging hammock, but it's just a beautiful day. So way to go, Northridge going to Midland, and anyone from Midland, we're praying for you. Also, we're right in the middle of our food drive. Normally we do it, at our campuses, and you bring in food stuff and bags, and we have volunteers picking it up and throwing it in trucks, and we've had to change it up since we're not meeting live at our campuses, but we still care deeply about sharing Jesus' love with the people who are hurting. And as you know, because of the pandemic and quarantine and the economic shutdowns, there are a lot of people in need. And so I'm so proud of you caring. And the food drive is on right now still. In fact, it's through tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last opportunity to invest in the food drive. And if you want to check it out for all campuses, whether you're Northridge Brighton, Northridge Grosse Ile, or Northridge Plymouth, go to northridgechurch.com/food drive, and you can get all the information you need, okay? But again, the heartbeat of Northridge, the heartbeat of you who are part of the Northridge family, is beating loudly and profoundly and making a difference. And I think it's important that I remind everybody, Northridge is not an organization. We've organized so that we can stay aligned and stay on mission and pool our investments of time and talent and treasure and all that. But we're people. And we're people wanting to follow Jesus and reflect Jesus in this world. And it's really neat to see it happening. And last but not least, I really want to encourage you to be a part of the weekend. We're going into our 9th weekend in the series, My Plans, No, Not My Plans, God's Plans. And I'm really excited about the focus this weekend. It's really needed in my life. I think it's going to be needed in yours. And so I hope that you'll come and be a part of it. I know it's beautiful weather right now, all kinds of things going on. But we'd love for you to join with us live at the Saturday 5:16, Sunday 9:16, or Sunday 11:16, and love to connect with you. In fact, can I just tell you, I love getting together with you guys, whether it's here Thursday Night Live. Just refreshes me, kind of renews me. And I used to, when I used to do videos like this or be in front of cameras, I used to not be able to see through the camera to the people. But we've been doing this now 3 months, and this is, I know I'm with you. I'm with my church family. I care deeply about it. And so I hope that you feel the same way. I'm sure you do. So this weekend's going to be great. Team's got a great service plan, and I think the conversation we're going to have from the book of Philippians is going to be terrific. So don't miss that. But all I want to do with the rest of our evening, and it's, like I said, it's going to be a shorter than normal Thursday Night Live, is I just want to give you a thought that's been flowing around my head, and I just can't get past it, so I need to share it with you. And I think it'll help you like it's helped me. And here's how I got it in my head again. I've been going back and reading some of my old journals. I don't know if you do journaling or not, but a lot of times I do journaling with my devotions and thoughts and experiences in life. And I don't do it every single day. I'm not one of those, rule followers that way. But when I'm having thoughts, or when I'm hearing from God, and when I'm, being spoken to, or have burdens I'm carrying, I journal. And so I've been going back a couple years in my journal to look at the things that I was experiencing, the things I was learning, etc. And in May of 2018, so exactly 2 years ago, I wrote a journal that I titled My Life's Motto. And it was something that I've done a lot of, but I had never expressed it in those terms. And it was based upon 3 words: good, better, best. And I called it My Life's Motto because most of humanity, and quite frankly me, more often than not, we're so satisfied. Now, let's not even say it that way. We think that we're really doing great, and we celebrate ourselves when we don't do what's wrong and we do what's acceptable. In other words, don't want to do what's unacceptable. I want to do what's acceptable. And I got to the place where I just realized the very language of that, the idea that doing the acceptable was enough, was hurting me. I wasn't giving my best to things because I was just going to do what was acceptable. I wasn't saying no to things I should have said no to, and yes to things I should have said yes to, because, hey, I was doing what was acceptable. And I just decided I wanted to live by those 3 words. I didn't want to do what was acceptable, what was okay, what just wasn't wrong. I didn't want to hover the line. I wanted to do what was good, better, or best, and preferably best, obviously. And I like to run my choices through. I want to make choices that are not acceptable, but good, better, and best. I want to spend my days doing what's best. When it comes to how I reflect Jesus in my life to people I'm meeting, I want to do what's best. When I'm running around Kroger or Costco, shopping for Roxanne and I during this quarantine, instead of shoving my way to the front of the line or manipulating my way around or doing things, I want to do what's best. It's a motto that's changed my life. To be honest though, if I don't keep it in front of me, I can start slipping back to acceptable. It's okay, I'm not doing wrong. And so I kind of reread a journal post that I wrote about this a year after the May time, so it was in 2019, and just share a couple of ideas about it with you. The truth is, in fact, I wrote this in my journal. These words, good, better, best, represent the preferred choices of a person who's wanting to live their life wisely in the best possible way, not for themselves, but to God's glory. And man, that defines what I want to do. I bet you it defines what you want to do. And so I just started structuring, if I'm going to not just do what's acceptable or avoid what's doing wrong, but do good, better, and best, what's that take? And I went through the scriptures about this. And at the bottom line, I realized it's one word. It's discipline. Do you know you have to have discipline to say, I'm not just going to get by. I'm not just going to do what's okay. I'm going to do what's best. And Paul actually talks about that in 1 Corinthians 9. You can read it yourself, verses 24 through 27, where he basically says, just like Olympic athletes have to say no to what most people say yes to so that they can be the best they can be in their athletic endeavors, so too we who want to be like Jesus have to say no to a ton of things that everyone says yes to. It's okay to say yes to, but it's not best. And he says, so I live my life by discipline so that he could win the prize. And he does the same thing. We saw it in chapter 3 of the book of Philippians. He says the same thing. I press toward the prize of the high calling of God. I say no to almost everything so I can say yes to what's best. And you remember what he said was best, right? Knowing Jesus, having Jesus. And so I just want to encourage you, as we come to the summer, I don't know about you, but I start relaxing a lot of things. I certainly relax my dress. I had to remember to button this button up because it's like I stopped wearing socks because I love wearing my summer shoes and flip-flops and those kind of things. But it's also easy to start relaxing on my fervent pursuit of being like Jesus. It's also easy to relax on doing what's best, eking by. And I find myself asking at the end of the day, did I do anything wrong? If you're asking at the end of the day if you did anything wrong, that's really the wrong place to be living. That's too close to the edge. I want to, whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall, I really want to, at the end of the day, evaluate my life this way. In each relational thing I had that day, was I at my best? Did I choose best? In each project or endeavor of my life, did I choose what was best? In each time of thinking and thought, when no one was watching me, was I at my best? Was I choosing best? And I just want to encourage you this summer, man, enjoy it, have a blast, enjoy what summer is. Here in Michigan, we know how to seize and squeeze every ounce out of the good weather of summer. We have to, but make sure you live for good, better, best. Make that the motto of your life, because the only thing that's going to count in the end is being exactly like Jesus. That's it. That's why we should press like Paul. That's why we should discipline ourselves. That's where we should go. So it's a big deal. In fact, think about this last weekend. If you saw it, if you didn't, then you should. But think about Pastor Wang Yi in China. I showed the video of his church and of how he suffers persecution. And he had to think in terms of not how he could eke by when the government and the state was asking him questions, not what he could get away with so his life could be maybe comfortable. He made the decision, I am going to do what's best. I'm going to put it all out there at the beginning so I don't give myself any room to compromise. And I think the one thing that Jesus never wants for any of us is for us to be mediocre, is for us to get by, is for us to be, I think of the term in Revelation where he says, he spits the lukewarm out of his mouth. It's like that which is in the middle accomplishes nothing. And so I just want to encourage you, as you enjoy summer, as you enjoy life, as the pandemic quarantine starts loosening up, as we start moving forward, and have a blast in life, enjoy your life. That's awesome. But make sure you're always asking yourself, is this good, better, or best? Don't even start with, is this acceptable? Make sense? And a lot of people obviously have questions about where we're at with meeting at our campuses and the opening of our buildings. And we're in the same steady hold right now. Things are opening up, and we're really watching the data points. You've probably seen that with all these openings, a lot of states are at their highest level of new, cases of coronavirus. And it doesn't mean it's going to spread that way again, but we're just watching and we're monitoring. In our state, we can meet outside with 100 people, socially distanced. But a big church like ours, it's a whole different thing, meeting inside and what that is. And so we're still seeking, God, how can we most love you and honor you? How can we love others and be great neighbors? And we're seeking his wisdom. And so we're really talking now about how we can start opening up and providing opportunities for small groups to begin meeting within the guidelines of our state and the CDC. And so that's where we'll start and then moving forward. But I have to tell you, our food drive people were out social distancing outside of the Plymouth campus when I had to go to work today. And my heart just started beating faster seeing him. It was really, really exciting. I had my mask on and I'm talking to them, but it was so neat. I can't wait until we can gather in our campus settings together. I can't wait. But I'm going to trust God to give us the wisdom to know exactly when. And we're going to do it in a way that when we do it, we're going to be able to celebrate in a way that's going to be crazy good and where we can invite people in. So I hope you'll be praying with me that way too. And as it relates to Midland sign-ups, there are about 150 going. I don't even know if that's closed right now or not. A question came in. Just shows you thank God for our team. I don't have all the answers. So you can connect with the church, whether through the website or calling, however you want to do it. And maybe we can even do a social media post on this, but I don't know if signups are still open or not. But man, if they are, we'd love for you to come with us, okay? And again, thanks for joining me Thursday Night Live. I really, really value it. It's so meaningful that you would. Those of you who are joining me after this is over, thanks for connecting with us, post time. Hope you had a great evening. And I hope you enjoyed all the wonderful noises here on my deck. I know I enjoyed the breeze. You can probably hear the breeze in the microphone and all that. But before we go, I want to pray. All right? So would you pray with me? Jesus, we thank you so much for the beautiful day we have here in Southeast Michigan. Thank you that we can enjoy the outdoors. God, thanks for giving us this beautiful creation where, as we experience it, those of us who know you can just go, wow, God, you're awesome. Thanks for an opportunity to gather like this through technology in your name together. I pray for every single person who's experiencing this with me and just ask you to bless them and pour your grace in their lives. There's a lot of hurt, a lot of suffering, a lot of challenges being faced. I just pray that your grace would be sufficient. Like Paul said, you told him, my grace is sufficient for you. And so he said, I'm going to even glory in my weaknesses because then I can seek you for your strength. And pray that all of us would seek you for your strength. Pray for the teams going to Midland. Really help them to make a big difference as they show your love there. Pray for the food drive, that it'd be huge and help a lot of people. And more than anything, I pray that all that we do would wake people up to Jesus so they can know your hope. And I'll thank you for it, God. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, hey, I just got the note. You can still sign up for Midland. All you have to do is go to the website. And so good luck doing that. Thanks for doing it. Represent us well, okay? And everybody have a great, great night. Enjoy it. Go for a walk. Do something. Go for a custard cone or a Dairy Queen. Do something. But enjoy this night. You don't get many like this in Michigan. Thanks, everybody. I love you, Northridge. We'll see you next time.